Greetings! My name is Mark Braam, and today I'm going to be sharing with you a Web 2.0 website aimed at language arts teachers to help their students deal with Shakespeare. That Shakespeare site is at the Folger Shakespeare Library, which is www.folger.edu. On this website, you can find a plethora of lesson plans and projects aimed at all things Shakespeare. And the good news about it is you can also find a lot of things like standards that are going to be covered within the lesson plans. Frequently, they would also have a rubric. Today, we're going to be discussing Music Be the Food of Love, Found Poetry with Shakespeare and Hip Hop. One definition for those of you who don't know what found poetry is: it's a type of poetry created by taking words, phrases, and sometimes whole passages from other sources and reframing them as poetry by making changes in spacing and or lines, and consequently changing their meaning, or by altering the text by additions or deletions. The resulting poem can be defined as either treated, which means it's changed in a profound and systematic manner, or untreated, virtually unchanged from the order, syntax, and meaning of the original. Now, to be able to do this project, you only need a few things. First of all, you need a paper bag. You need to have a pair of scissors, though maybe not as large as that pair. You need a glue stick. Hopefully your children will have some that you can use from your home, or you can have them in class. And then, more importantly, what you need is a list of poetry from Shakespeare and various hip-hop artists. And that would look something like this. Found poetry from the Folger Shakespeare Library. They would have a line of about 60 different Shakespeare lines, like "Love is merely a madness," "Oh, how I love thee, how I dote on thee," "I give myself away for you, is love a tender thing." It goes on with different Shakespeare love lines, and then it comes out with some hip-hop lines, like "Walk this earth for her glory, I'm grateful. I feel so alive in me, you have liberated in me. I want to build a tribe with you, protect and provide for you." And there's a lot more that below this. These lines here come from Common, Lauryn Hill, Mos Def, Outkast, Talib Kweli, and Tupac Shakur. Now, what you're going to do is you're going to divide your students up into groups of 4 or 5 and give each group a paper bag, the scissors, and the 6-page found poetry handout that you can see here right now. Each student is going to they're going to cut out all the lines on the handouts into separate strips and then place the strips of the paper into the paper bag so that it looks something like this. There's the paper. And you're going to have a whole bunch of individual strips of paper that will have poetry on it. It would look something like this: "I want to build a tribe with you, protect and provide for you." That's one of the hip-hop lines. Next, you're going to have each group randomly draw 10 lines of the poetry from out of the bag, and then they're going to glue them onto a piece of paper in the order which they drew them out of the bag. And it's going to come out looking something like this. And then you're going to have a volunteer from each group read or rap the following found poem to the class. And in this particular example, it would sound something like this: "I never saw true beauty till this night. I just want you to know your whole being is beautiful. From lack of love many hide, some run. Love lend me wings to make my purpose swift. I give away myself for you. I, beyond all limit of what else in the world, do love, prize, honor you. So holy and so perfect is my love. To be in her presence I try to stay faithful. This was the first time that I've ever considered wedding rings. I do love nothing in the world so well as you." There's found poetry for you dealing with Shakespeare. Then you're going to have the class repeat the project, this time drawing new lines from the bag and arranging the lines in the poem in any order that they like, trying to create what they would have the perfect poem that makes sense using those lines. Then when you're done, then they're going to read them again in front of the class, possibly in front of the camera like I'm doing right now. And then as a class, discuss how hip hop artists and Shakespeare have used language to talk about love. How are their lyrics similar and how are they different? How did they use literary devices such as alliteration, metaphor, simile, personification, rhythm, and rhyme? Do some of Shakespeare's lines sound like they could be from a hip-hop song, or do some hip-hop lyrics sound like they could come from Shakespeare? Did the modern lines and Shakespeare lines go well together to form a poem? These are the kind of things that you could be discussing, helping the young readers to tap into a knowledge of Shakespeare that they may not have been able to get before. True, this might be a little bit low level for some of your higher readers, but it would still be a fun project. Where I personally am aiming this is at the new and budding reader who doesn't quite get Shakespeare. This is a way they can tap into prior knowledge and see that really there isn't that much difference between Shakespeare and modern day poetry. I thank you for visiting with me here. Again, where you want to be visiting is the Folger.edu website for the Shakespeare from the Shakespeare Library. Um, I also suggest that you visit lots of the other lesson plans that you can find here. There are dozens and dozens and dozens of different things that you can do. Thank you, and now get out there and enjoy your Shakespeare.